Minutes ago, coming to you from the car again today, and wanted to talk about what's on my heart today, and that is processing grief and loss as a mom of young children. So, um, this is something that I don't feel like enough people talk about. Um, that you do, like in life, we have losses and we have grief over, sometimes it's family members, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's, someone passing away, sometimes it's a hard relationship. Um, and all of those things can bring us the emotion of grief. And grief kind of comes in this package of with a bunch of different emotions on any given day. And so you can be completely happy one day and see something and it triggers you and you go into that place of grief or anger or whatever step that you are in. And so I just wanted to share my heart on what it looks like to process grief with young children around, especially during summertime when a lot of us have our kiddos at home with us or gone for a certain amount of time, but home more than normal, and what that looks like. And so I'll just share what it looks like for me, and then won't reveal any names, but just some points that I've gotten from clients and friends of mine in conversations. So, just some tips I have found that the best thing is to be completely honest with my kiddos on where I'm at in a grief journey, an emotional journey, at any given time, because that's very important to me, because life is not just okay all the time. We do go through hardships. We do have losses. We do have grief. And if we don't tell them what that looks like and give them the words to say, then they won't have them and they won't know that when everything isn't okay, that's normal. And so I try to be very honest with them. Like, mommy needs a minute. Mommy needs to go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Mommy's a little sad today. Mommy's a little angry. Whatever I'm feeling, and then tell them why. And so I know for me, with the loss of my dad and even the loss of other family members, like I said, it'll hit in waves. And some days I'm upset. I'm mad that I don't have more time with them, or that the doctors couldn't do more, or whatever the case may be. And I have found that when I have that anger come up, just in life in general, but especially with grief, is that the best thing that I can do is physically, like something physical, like a workout, a walk, get the anger out. And there is a free app called Fit On. I have no association, no dog in the race telling you about this, but it's just what a tool that I have found that has been awesome is the Fit On app, and they have kickboxing. And so literally I can bring it up on my phone and like prop it up and do like however much time I have. I think they start at like 5 or 10 minutes or something, all the way up to like 45 minutes. But a lot of times all it takes is for me to do one of those kickboxing classes for like 10 minutes, even, to get that anger out and put it into a good place and like clear my head. And so that is huge. And if your kids are around and you need that physical activity, you can either go for a walk or put on like something that they can do for even that 10 minutes. Give yourself grace to handle that. Another tool that I have used with myself and my clients is to write to the person that you have grief over, that you're missing. If you're wishing that you could speak to them and tell them something, then a great thing to do is either write a letter, or if you are worried about someone finding that or anything, another great thing is creating an email address that's just for your letters to that person. And I don't know what it is, even if I've, obviously created the email address and I am sending the email. it really helps me sometimes to just get my thoughts out and email that person, even though it's just going to an empty email address that no one's necessarily going to open. Um, Periodically, I actually open the emails that I have sent to that address and read them, and like it helps to process. But to me, I almost feel like I'm sending that email to heaven, you know, to them. And obviously I don't know how that works. I don't know if that person's going to actually like know what I have said to them in any way, but it helps me. Um and so another thing is just realizing that there is no set timeline for grief and loss for you to get past it or over it or anything like that. It is what it is for you, and it takes however long it takes for you. The, but the only thing I will say is that just it's so helpful to find tools that work for you and find things that work for you to move past the different stages of grief and move through. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you need counseling. There's no shame in that. If you need um, a friend to talk to or a family member to talk to that's not judgmental, that's not telling you, okay, well, it's been X amount of time, let's move on. We don't need someone to tell us, let's move on. We need someone to sit with us and let us speak through those things. And sometimes your kids do too. Just realizing that it's okay and it's not shameful to get the help that you need. So if that looks like a therapist, or if that looks like a really good family friend, or whatever that looks like, whatever helps is okay. As long as it's not an unhealthy help, like as long as you're not drowning your sorrows in alcohol or excessive things, everything in moderation. But just allowing yourself to be very real about where you're at along the journey of grief, and just being very honest with your kiddos and your family, and asking them how they feel. And then I've also learned to it's been very helpful to associate a stuffed animal to the person that we might have lost. And I ask my children, how is that stuffed animal feeling today? Because they have that association with that stuffed animal of that person. And it's a lot easier for them um, to relate how that stuffed animal is feeling, and maybe not like if I ask them, are you missing this person today? They might not answer me, but if I ask them how their animal that's associated with that person is feeling today, they might be able to verbalize it a lot better. And then it makes it like a physical thing that they can help. Like essentially they're really, I'm helping them give themselves a hug, but maybe, and maybe we all like give that stuffed animal a hug if he's sad that day, or if he's having fun that day. Sometimes they tell me that stuffed animal is having fun because they're not hurting anymore, because that's what they know is available to them. And so that has been a huge help. And so hey, by the way, if you guys are commenting, today I can't see the comments, so I will go back and answer your comments. But I hope that this is helpful. If you are a mom struggling with grief or just mom life, I have a free Facebook group there. The link is in the description of this video, that we can just do life together. I get on every Thursday live to just chat and come around each other and ask questions and support one another. And so if this was helpful to you and you want to hop over in the group, there is also, especially if you are someone that is processing grief and things and you have a very busy schedule and you feel like you just need a minute sometimes, in the guide section of that group, there is a 5-day challenge that will walk you through how to find at least 10 minutes of me time in every day and be able to give you at least a few minutes in every day to be able to process what it is that you need to process and come up with tools to heal and move forward. So I hope that this has been helpful. Thanks for joining me for those that did, and have the best day.